Hello, everyone. This is Matthew Schwab from Matthew Schwab Speaks with a new project called Matthew Schwab Listens, where I interview people in my life who are doing great things in the community, where I ask them unique questions today. And I hope you enjoy this episode and learn more about the people I interview. Today's episode, I get to interview one of my friends, Phil Kenny, but he owns a business stronger than labels fitness. So, hello, Phil, and welcome to Matthew Schwab Listens.
Matthew, thank you for that intro, man. That was epic. I like it.
Thanks. So I know you're a fitness coach specializing in working with individuals with disabilities. That's how we met. How and why did you get started as a fitness coach?
Yeah, so my fitness background started way back probably in early 2000. I was teaching martial arts, and then I evolved into the fitness world where I did personal training, and then I ran gyms, and then eventually in 2019 it occurred to me that there's individuals out there that would love to work on fitness, but there's no place for them. So I decided to go, you know what, let's do that and offer it from ages 6 and up, because in the fitness world in gyms they typically don't let under 12 workout. So let's do that and give them an opportunity to work on their fitness, work on getting stronger, their confidence, and, well, as you know, let's have some fun.
Yes. How did you start Stronger Than Labels Fitness?
Yeah, so it's a funny story because at the time I had left the fitness industry. I was working a corporate job, a 9 to 5 job, and WRL did a piece on a guy who did some personal training with autism. So it made me go, my light bulb went off a little bit. The next day I was on the treadmill and my brain just kept going and going. And it made me realize, I could do personal training for individuals ages 6 and up, just like we were just talking about, and give them that opportunity to really, do this and go after, a market that no one really works with. So anyone that has autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, disabilities, give them an opportunity to flourish. So it was a brainstorm. I created it. I ran it by a couple people. Next thing you know, in September of 2019, we launched it, and here we are today.
That is awesome. Hope you continue doing great work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you pleased that your business is? Are you pleased how well Stronger Than Labels Fitness is doing?
Oh, words can't describe how thankful I am and just how remarkable it is, because everything I do is via word of mouth. I don't do really any marketing on purpose, because if you do it right by people, they're going to talk, and that's what we do. Just do what's right. People love it. Next, they're spreading the word, and they're sharing their posts on Facebook, Instagram. Next thing you know, it is what it is now, where I have almost a full schedule compared to when I first started. It was like, wow, I have a lot of openings. I have a lot of things to fill, and now I don't have many openings, but I'm very thankful every day for everyone I get to work with.
That's awesome. And do you also have plans for franchising the business?
Oh, the magic question. So typically I keep stuff like that in my back pocket, but I'll let you know. I am in the works right now trying to talk to someone to figure out how I can bring STLF everywhere. I've been asked by multiple people in different states and actually different countries as well too. If I was there, if I thought about branching off. And at the time, in the first 4 years, because I celebrate 4 years in September, I couldn't really think like that yet. I have to focus on here first, and let's build the ground here. And 4 years in now, we've been established, the name's out there. I'm at that point where, we'll be able to evolve, and hopefully, in the next, I say I celebrate 4 years, so hopefully another like 2-3 years max, you'll see STLF in a couple of other places. So
Nice. Hopefully, and hopefully being on this episode will help spread the word out.
Anywhere, good people like to talk about it, I will encourage it. And when you invited me onto this, I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to do this with my buddy.
That's awesome. What do you do? Oh, what did you do before you got into fitness?
Yeah, so like I kind of hit it on earlier, I started my career teaching martial arts. So I did that for about 10 plus years, doing everything from running a martial arts studio, then got into the fitness world. So I did personal training, and I did, multiple in sales and running health clubs. Then eventually I got into IT sales part, type of help sell IT. That was fun, but my personality is a lot bigger than sitting in a cubicle all day and making calls. So I made the leap of faith of creating this and said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go all in, and best move I ever did.
Nice. That's awesome. Glad you were able to. I love working out, especially with a coach. Do you find that a lot? Do you find that a lot of people with disabilities like to work out?
Oh, I mean, what's funny is it doesn't matter if disability, not disability, everyone loves working out. A lot of people don't know where to start, or they need to be pushed a little bit, which is typical. That's everybody. Even myself, I like to be pushed every now and then. That's why, I see a guy every now and then to, for tweaks. I also have training partners where, we're able to help push each other. So what's nice about, the individuals I train, you guys are all motivated. You guys work, which is just so rewarding to see. And then to watch you guys get stronger and get more confident and see the smile on your face when you light up because you did it. That's the best feeling in the world.
It sure is. I love that you saw a need and filled it, and you're an amazing coach.
Oh, thank you, my man.
You're very welcome. Please tell our audience a bit more about yourself and your family.
So myself, I'm originally from Massachusetts. I moved down here in North Carolina back in 2008 and never really looked back. I'm married with my wife. When we got married, she had 2 kids prior to her prior marriage. So I have stepkids, but I don't really consider them stepkids. I just call them my kids. I don't believe in, a terminology. Just like when we train here, if you look at the name, Strong Than Labels, everyone might be labeled, but I look past that and show you, guess what? Whatever the label is, that's great. It's out there. When you're here, we're gonna have fun. So that's a little bit about me. I like working out, obviously. I like music, but most of all, I just love having fun when I have the opportunity. Granted, right now a lot of my time is consumed here, but I love what I do, so I don't feel like I work every day at all. So
That's good. And does your family like to work out?
So they do. My wife, she likes to be pushed, so I have to push her. My kids, both my daughter and son, just they love coming here. My daughter especially. My son's active. He'll play every sport he can, so he's outside a lot. My daughter, that's a teenager right now. She loves coming in here, with a workout already designed for her, and she just goes to town and gets all the stress out from the daily life that we all have.
Oh yeah. Lion King is my favorite Disney movie. And I've also seen the Broadway show too. What is your favorite Disney show?
Ooh, okay. So Disney show or movie?
Oh, movie.
Okay. So when you say Disney movie, are we encompassing everything? Like they own the Star Wars franchise, they own Marvel, they own Pixar. So are we talking just original Disney? Or are we talking like everything that they encompass?
Um, so everything.
Oh man. Ooh, ooh. So I have to say, ooh, man, you know what? This is tough because I could pull from each category. So like traditional Disney, like Snow White and Beauty and the Beast, the cartoon ones,
Oh yeah.
love those ones. As far as the Pixar goes, I'm always been a big fan of Toy Story and Cars. The first ones, those one were always great.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars, I'm a fan of the original three episodes, 4, 5, and 6. And then with Marvel, I mean, what they've done there has just been incredible. So
That's awesome. To me, I'm a Star Wars person too, but I'm more into the original six plus the Clone Wars,
ah,
like the three originals and the prequels.
nice, nice.
And so, what are three words that you would use to describe yourself? Oh, sorry, can you say again? Oh, and so can you say that again? I didn't hear you because of the volume. Sorry, I still there's still something going on, and so I can't hear you. Oh, I think I hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, we're back. All right.
No, sorry about that. Audience just technical difficulties. So
Yeah,
what?
that's technology.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is you originally were asking me a question of three, but then my audio cut off, so I couldn't hear the question that you were saying. So now I was trying to repeat the question, and you couldn't hear me.
Oh yeah.
So what was the question you were asking?
What are three words that you'll describe yourself?
Ooh, three words that describe myself. So enthusiasm, as you would know, because I'm nonstop. Uh, Energy for sure, and then the big one too is heart. I care for everybody, so I have I care. I have the patience for everybody. That's the big thing, and that's kind of. I'll go back to your question about franchising real quick. The day when that people want to franchise with me, the number one thing I'm going to look for is make sure they have the heart to do this first.
Nice. That's,
I knew you like that.
yes, and you're also accomplished and enthusiastic. And, I would go back in time to meet my ancestors. If you could time travel and go back in time to meet your ancestors, or forward in time to meet your descendants, where would you go?
I would definitely go in the past. I wouldn't worry about the future. Um, Kind of seen the Back to the Future movies. I know it's kind of far fetched, but I don't really know if I want to go to the future because that's not really written yet. The past, though, it's already happened. To go back and see like the days of like my grandfather or even my parents would be really cool because you see about it, you read about it, but actually to live it and see like how the cars have evolved, what they are today compared to what they were, that would be really cool to see.
Oh yes, I would go back to 1492 and through the 1500s because that's the early colonial history of our part of the world.
Yeah, you talk about a whole different time change. That would be it. No technology, nothing type deal.
Yeah, I mean they had technology, but not like today. There's only
No.
ships, maybe. Um, I want to travel to Egypt. What is something on your bucket list?
So actually, what's funny is you talk about Disney. So on my bucket list is I want to visit every Disney park across the world.
Wow,
Yeah, so that's on my bucket list to do someday.
that's amazing. Hope you are able to do it.
Thank you, my man.
You're very welcome. My favorite animal is an elephant. What is your favorite animal?
So, I mean, people are gonna say, "Oh, dogs," right? And I love dogs. Don't get me wrong. My favorite animal of all time, and it's been funny because I've been fascinated by them for the longest time, is a sea turtle.
Oh wow.
They just when you watch them swim, they're just gliding type deal. And then like Finding Nemo puts Crush in, they make Crush sound like really cool. And you're like, I wonder if a sea turtle actually sounds like that because I could picture that.
Uh,
Plus, when I was younger too, I was heavily into Ninja Turtles, so
yeah,
that probably led into my obsession of a sea turtle. So,
true. Yeah, that's very interesting. If money wasn't an issue, what will you do instead of working?
it's funny you say that because in my DNA, I love to work. Like I'm a true guy that will work, work, work. You ask anyone that has known me for a certain number of time, they will tell you I don't know how to stop. So even if money wasn't an object, I'd probably still be doing this because I love this type deal. So
What? That's what. Wow, you're very
yeah,
positive.
I don't know if I could just, say, okay, I'm not doing anything and just, do nothing. That's not part of me. I gotta be doing something.
True. Yeah, I I I love the beach. Would you rather go to the mountains or the beach?
So the beach is nice for a day. Don't get me wrong, but I do like the mountains a little bit more. I find it the mountains are a little bit more peaceful. Just scenery wise, the oceans it's amazing, but you look at the ocean, it just goes miles and miles. It's very fascinating.
Uh, y- yes, and plus, coastal Carolina and that side of the country are more prone to hurricanes and tornadoes during that season.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. What is what is your idea of an amazing day?
So my idea of an amazing day, I do it every day. So an amazing day for me starts, typically at 4:15. I wake up, I work out myself personally at 5 a.m. And then breakfast, and then a full day of working with all the rock stars here at Strong and Labels, and then go home, see my family, and then go to bed. That to me, that's an amazing day.
Mm, That's awesome. You have an awesome day.
I mean, sidetrack, another amazing day would be going to Disney World. So
True. Yeah. I make a really great wookie sound. What is your best animal sound you can make?
man, you talk about a question I've never been asked before. This is one question I've never been asked. I don't know. I don't know if I can make an animal noise. I'm very good at, being loud, as you know. Um, yeah, I don't know if I can make an animal noise. I
Wow.
mean, yeah, I mean, you could do the typical, meow or the bark, but the Wookiee sound, I've never been able to do that. Never, yeah, man, that's a good question.
Thanks.
That's a fun one. You get to ask. I'm gonna use that down the road, man. I like that.
All right. Anything else you'd like to leave the audience with?
I
Or
mean,
yeah. Thank you
what's
for answering my crazy questions and
oh,
anything else you want to
you,
leave
you,
with.
your crazy questions are fantastic. Let's be real. I mean, those are some great questions. You never know what you're ready for. That's great. Um, to leave the audience with, I mean, honestly, I mean, what you're doing, man, what you've been doing, I'm a true fan. You know that since day one when I first met you and you told me you were famous. And then I had to look it up and see your TED Talks. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm training someone famous. But, you know, if they're following you, they're in the right direction.
They sure are. Last question. Pretend you're interviewing me. What is one question you would want to ask me?
The one question I want to ask you. All right. What is Matthew's goal for the next? Well, not the next. What's Matthew's goal for his life?
Get married, of course. Be more active in the exercising realm, which I'm doing with ballroom dancing with my girlfriend. And it's just I can want to elevate it more, do more, see you more often for the trainings, all that stuff.
Nice, man. Nice.
Thanks. And thank you, Phil, for being on this interview for Matthew Schwab listens. It means a lot.
Buddy, thank you for inviting for me. When you texted me asking me if I want to be part of this, I jumped on the opportunity. This is fantastic.
Thank you, Phil. Audience, stay tuned. Thank you for watching this episode of episode 2 of Matthew Schwab Listens. And so, and stay tuned for the 3rd episode of Matthew Schwab Listens. And Phil, can you leave the audience on how they can find your business?
Yep. So www.strongerthanlabelsfitness.com. And then we're on Facebook at Stronger Than Labels Fitness. And then on Instagram, it's stronger_than_labels.
Thank you, Phil Kenny, for being part of this interview.
Thank you, sir. This has been a true privilege.